This interview is for information only and should not be considered as investment advice or a recommendation to buy shares in the company featured. Welcome to this Stock Box interview.
Joining us today is Ryan Mee, the CEO of Fulcrum Metals, and William Florman, the CEO of Extract Process Solutions. Following the start of the Tech Hughes Gold Tailings sampling program, with the first phase testing and study agreement with Extract Processing Solutions there. So thank you very much for joining us today, both of you. Ryan, if I can come to you first. I know we've spoken briefly about this project before. It was something that you took on the license area back in November, but perhaps worth just a little bit of a refresh on why you took the project on and just give us the sort of the pitch, what it's all about.
Sure, absolutely. So tailings is essentially mine waste. And in that mine waste, there's some serious economic potential, providing you can recover that. Canada Natural Resources have estimated $10 billion worth of gold in gold tailings alone in Canada. So it's an absolutely huge market which is open to go in there and extract this value from the metals. So Tech Hughes is 6 million tonne estimated in tonnage, over 130,000 ounces of gold. So it's a really, really good starter project for us in this huge market. And as we've announced this morning, we've commenced that sampling program at Tech Hughes. So we'll be looking at 5 different sites within the project area. We'll be going out there and obtaining around 5 kilograms of tailings material from each site. We'll be then shipping that up to Extract's testing facility up in Kentucky. And from there, Extract will be doing lab testing on the tailings material, to discover what the extraction rates will look like and the recovery rates, and ultimately evaluate the potential of this first tailings property that we've brought into the company. So it's a really exciting development for all shareholders. I think it's actually quite unique for a junior exploration company like ourselves. It offers significant value add in terms of just this one project, but also it takes Fulcrum into a really huge market in mine waste. As part of this sampling program, we've entered into the agreement with Extract, which is a 4-phased evaluation and development through lab testing, extraction testing, and then conceptual studies, which will tell us, what's the merits of this project. So It's really exciting for us.
Okay. Well, thank you, Ryan. William, if I can come to you, and perhaps if you could spend a minute or two just telling us a little bit about Extract, so the company and the technology that you have, just explain a little bit, give us some context here.
Sure. So Extract is a technology company that took technology that originally came out of Penn State University. We focus on chemistries that enhance processes. And so right now, the technology we're talking about is a leaching technology. So it's a non-cyanide based leaching technology that enhances recoveries, enhances throughput, reduces footprint and capital cost. And so we're very excited to test with Fulcrum, and we have 2 other projects that we're working on. So the Fulcrum project is the only one that we're working on in Canada.
Okay. Is this technology, is it unique to Extract?
It is. So it's patent pending and patented. So part of the technology has already been patented, and part of the technology is patent pending.
Okay. And now Ryan suggested a 4-phase process. Could you take us through in a bit more detail of how you will go through processing this? And it's very interesting that it's leaching, but without cyanide. Never heard that before.
Yeah. So the process is leaching without cyanide. We can't go into too much of detail about the process,
Sure.
but the testing approach that we're taking is to first establish, because all ores are different, to establish what our maximum recoveries are, take a look at the maximum recoveries, and then go from that to full conceptual to look at economics. So we try to take a phased approach so the companies are not risking a lot as they start to test. We kind of build on the test data that we achieve as we go through. So it's very much so a phased process.
Okay. And typically, I mean, if you were to put it, do you have a timeline in mind? I appreciate you might not be able to comment much on that, but do you have something in mind you'd be working towards here when you can get information back to Fulcrum? And of course, the working relationship between you as well, because the communication is going to be key here.
Sure. So the first phase is approximately 8 weeks, and we're I think the samples are en route, Ryan, from what I understand. So,
Yep.
So we once we get the samples, we will characterize the samples. We'll send out for testing to establish what we've received, what the PSD is, particle size, distribution, and all the information that we need to know. And then we do the metal recoveries, and then we report back to Fulcrum.
Okay.
And then based on that result, we go to phase 2.
Okay. So it would be, okay. So if, for example, phase 1 comes back and it's not looking worthwhile, you wouldn't proceed to phase 2. Is that the kind of structured approach you'd be taking there to make it more cost efficient?
Correct.
Okay.
So we've already taken one company through phase 1, and we're getting ready to start phase 2.
Okay.
And we increased recoveries significantly for that company.
Okay. Ryan, can I finish with you and just perhaps a thought here on this? Is it fair to say this is the first kind of look and see to see if it's viable? And of course, you'll go down these phases, as William alludes to here, and all being well, with any luck, there'll be a tick after every phase. But is it sort of the first go to see what could be there at the start of what could be, quite a little lucrative project for Fulcrum?
Well, I think it's much bigger than just a potentially lucrative project for Fulcrum. I mean, firstly, we're Fulcrum and its shareholders are very fortunate to be working with Extract. They're a fantastic company. Myself and William have known each other for a number of years. So we through that relationship, we've been able to bring that to Fulcrum. And that's not something that everybody can do, especially a company of our size. And we're really excited to be working with Extract. TechUse itself, 6 million tons, 130,000 ounces, around 0.7 grams per ton gold. Now, there's a project called Windara in Western Australia. It's a similar size tailings project, 6 million tons, around 0.8 grams per ton gold. Now, using the traditional technologies, they put out a DFS, I think it's about 5 years back, and there are some very positive economics on there. There's a 50% return on investment. So obviously, at this point, like at a high level, just kind of, looking across between the two projects, we're really confident that we're going to get some really good economics out of this phased approach through testing and conceptual studies. And of course, we believe that in Extract, we've got one of the best technologies out there. So we're really looking forward to getting started with Extract. Okay. And this is a starter project for us. Make no mistake about that.
Okay. Well, that sounds very good to get on with that. So we can look forward to seeing some news as these phases start going on. I guess in the background as well, this is now over to Extract. So from Fulcrum's point of view, you can perhaps focus on the other projects across the uranium, Charlotte Neely Lake, Fontaine Lake, or indeed the other gold project, Tully. Is that fair to say?
Indeed. Right now I'm in Vancouver discussing everything uranium. Been having some very good meetings over here. So I'm hoping to be able to report back to shareholders. We've got four drivers of value in the company at the moment. The first one is to capitalise on the uranium portfolio that we have, which we've put news out to the market to that effect. So we're actively reviewing opportunities to bring that uranium business out. I've spoken to you before about how exciting the uranium market is. We've got Big Bear and Tully, they are discovery stage projects. We've got a small resource at Tully. We've got drill targets at Big Bear. So there are two really exciting projects. And you're right in thinking that once we've got testing underway at Extract, all these areas are high on our agenda to tackle.
Okay. Well, thank you both very much for your time. Ryan Mee, the CEO of Fulcrum Metals, and William Floorman, the CEO of Extract Process Solutions.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mark.
If you enjoyed this interview, then give us a thumbs up, a like or a retweet. Subscribe to us on YouTube or follow us on Twitter and hit that notification bell to be the first to know when we release new content. There's loads of great content on our website too, across all our programs at stockboxmedia.com. Thank you for watching.